Chris, talking about how great of a community we have, because we always talk about this. We do love our community.
They're great.
The Facebook community page for the Xbox Dive. If you go on there, every week, probably around noon Eastern-ish, the day we record, we put up a poll to let our listeners pick what is the third topic they wanted to talk about. And this week, our 3 topics were a recap of the Xbox One games released in July, what we thought of them, what would be the best game. We had talking about Destiny 2.
The answer to that, by the way, is Marvel Heroes Omega.
Talk about the Destiny 2 beta, which Chris obviously pulled that topic out for himself because it didn't win. It was actually second place. The one that won was, should we be worried about Crackdown 3?
Dun, dun, dun.
This is the topic we're going to hit on this week, is Crackdown 3. Because this game comes out the same day as the Xbox One X. Now, it's what, November
7th.
17th? Is that what you said? Okay. 7th. Okay, November 7th. I knew there was a 7 in there somewhere. Okay. It's coming out the exact same day as the Xbox One X. And people think this is really going to push the hardware. But there have been a lot of red flags for this game lately. Which is kind of sad. Because I'm actually really looking forward to this game. Every time I see it, I think this game looks like a blast. I mean, we know Terry Crews is in it now. He's going to be playable. The city is destructible. Now, I guess one of the red flags that we've learned recently, when they first announced this game, just to kind of throw this out here now, they talked about how they're going to use the power of the cloud to do fully destructible environments. They haven't talked about that since the original announcement of the game. So some people are wondering if this is getting taken out. So, I mean, that's one red flag right there. But there's other things popping up, like different Let's Plays, different information they're leaving out. There's even a rumor floating around right now that the game might get delayed till 2018, just to kind of fix some of this stuff. So, Chris, let's just hop in, because the reason we're talking about this, I'm really excited for Crackdown 3. You, on the other hand, you're kind of worried about it.
I'm excited, but worried.
Right.
So let's kind of paint just a real quick. Let's do a little bit of a timeline, okay? So 2015.
Go.
2015. The game was revealed at Gamescom, so in August. So we're almost coming up on the 2-year mark. Now, the year before that, at the Microsoft Build Conference in 2014, they showed the destructible environments that they were building, but it wasn't deemed Crackdown, even though everybody kind of knew that it was. So 2015 was the reveal. 2016, they showed some of it, and we actually thought that it was going to come out 2016, the holiday.
It's been a while.
But then it no-showed at E3, and then like the day before E3 or like the week before E3, they released a press conference. Oh no, I think it was actually like the day that E3 started. They were like, "Hey guys," and this is last year, 2016.
I totally
hey guys,
this
is going to be pushed back to the first part of next year. And then nothing. We get to E3, they kind of re-reveal it. At this point, it's an Xbox One game. Xbox One X launch game. So that's kind of where we're at. They showed off a little bit of it during E3, but what really kind of started this conversation with us was Comic-Con. So Xbox went to Comic-Con and basically took Crackdown. That's pretty much all that was there, and it was playable on the show floor. And Larry Herb was there and interviewing people, and they had some celebrities playing it. And that's always bad too. As I watch these videos, you have to remember that celebrities suck at playing video games. They're out flying to Malibu, shooting movies and laying on the beach and doing cocaine. So they don't.
That's what they do on the beach, right? And that's how they enjoy their vacation.
That's pretty much what all of them do. So they they don't necessarily sit around and play games like we do.
Right.
So but some of these guys look like they had never seen a controller before. And so you have to take a little bit of what you saw with a grain of salt. But that being said, man, when I see this game, and I know that it's been in development since, the last game came out was 2010, was the release of Crackdown 2. But we know that they've been working on this physics systems since at least 2014, so 3 years. And I just, it doesn't look good, man. I think the textures are bad. I think that the collision detection looks bad. I think that it just every time I see it, I get a little. Now, if it plays great, just like the first one did, and and it's about running around, jumping, collecting orbs, I'm sure it will be great. But like, I haven't been able to put my hands on it yet.
Sure.
And everything that I see really kind of has me nervous.
Sure. Now, for me, my moment of worry was when they showed it off at this year's E3. The Terry Crews trailer was funny.
It was funny.
But it wasn't a well-made trailer. Like, I was just like, this is not a good trailer. Show me gameplay. No. And then later in the week, they did Xbox. I think it was called Xbox Live, wasn't it? Or whatever they call their Xbox Daily.
Sure.
Xbox Daily.
Xbox Daily. Yeah.
And they showed off the game there, and I'm like, this looks great. It looked just like the Crackdown gameplay I was expecting. Some people are complaining about the kind of cel-shaded comic booky graphics. I actually think it makes it look a little unique compared to some of the other things that are out right now. Compared to some of the other things that are out right now. I think the graphics make it look unique. I think it looks fun.
Yeah.
In the game, like I said, the gameplay is exactly what I want. It's just a lot of destruction and just causing havoc and having fun. It's one of those games you kind of shut your mind off and just go. And if you're an achievement hunter, I'm pretty sure most of it's going to be like collect all the orbs and all that stuff. It's going to be things that you can just sit down and enjoy. I know, obviously, Terry Crews being like a main character, not that Terry Crews is a bad actor or anything like that, but I just have a feeling he's going to be his over-the-top Old Spice guy, right? It's not going to be his Brooklyn Nine-Nine guy. So the story is probably not going to be anything to write home about. It's just, do you want to shut your brain off and destroy some stuff? And for that, I say yes.
Yeah, but see, but again, man, this is the flagship game that you're launching with your brand new console,
right?
Like,
and
you're
I understand
already expecting people to, you already raised the price higher than it should have been at launch, and now you're like, okay, we're gonna launch, because look, hardware is nothing without software. So you're trying to launch the machine with a software that doesn't look great. Now we do need to at least mention the destruction, okay? Right. Because initially this game was built as a cloud game where you would always be online and the cloud would be able to handle all of the destruction. Right. That is no longer the case because everybody lost their freaking minds about being online all the time, even though, hey, guess what, you're watching Mixer right now, you're online all the time. But everybody lost their mind about it, and so Microsoft had to kind of change that policy. Now, that being said, we have not seen it. Now, it is supposed to still be a multiplayer, but we haven't seen it.
But what I will say, from the beginning, if you remember, they have always said destructibility was multiplayer, not single player. And the reason for that is if you're playing single player, you destroy all the buildings, you literally can't complete the game. So the destructibility is only in the multiplayer. They've said that from the beginning. But the thing that I mentioned that bothers me is all that cloud talk is gone. Now, we know that the Xbox One X, the extra power in that, is really going to help with the destructibility. It's doing what the cloud was originally going to do. But what does this mean for original Xbox One owners and then Xbox One S owners? Yes, the S is a little more powerful, so it'll look nice. But especially original Xbox One owners with dated hardware, I'm just worried. Now, I always do this because it's an Xbox show, but like to compare the 3DS to the new 3DS. And when the game Hyrule Warriors Legends came out on the 3DS, if you played it on the new 3DS, you had a completely different experience than someone who played on an original 3DS. And I'm kind of worried with the Xbox One X, not just with Crackdown, because this could be a whole other topic. Yeah. I'm worried that might start happening with the One X in the original one. Not the S. Yeah. I think the S is going to be okay. The original Xbox One is where we might start seeing some issues. Yeah. And Crackdown 3 might just be the first footstep in that direction.
Yeah. I'm worried, man. Look, I love the game. I will play the game unless it just ships completely broken. Right. I will play it, but
I will say Podcast Unlocked. You guys, obviously, if you like Xbox, you more than likely listen to Podcast Unlocked, IGN's Xbox podcast. But they were talking about Crackdown 3 and how they were playing a demo of it. I believe it was Crackdown 3. And they asked the developers, is this running on the Xbox One X? And they said, no, this is running on a PC. This is a PC build. So even the stuff they're previewing, to my understanding, I could be wrong, I could have misheard, but to my understanding, I thought they said that all the demos they're showing right now are running on the PC build.
Yeah, that's not good either. So look, we can't really say much more than what we said. I am worried because I don't feel like Microsoft is showing a lot of this game. And that tells me that either they're holding a huge surprise to promote the game, which I don't believe. What I actually believe is that the game is not ready. And so let me just say this. And Phil's listening. We know that Phil's listening.
Phil listens to every show. He's a good friend.
Phil Jones, my neighbor, Phil Jones.
Oh, right. That Phil. My bad.
Yeah, no. Phil listening.
Phil Collins. My bad. Okay.
Phil, hi, Phil. It's Chris again. Listen, don't release the game until it's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Like we saw this happen with Master Chief Collection, and it literally tainted the Halo brand to the point where after releasing this game starring Locke, people are not even like excited about Halo anymore. So you cannot do this, especially launching a new console. So look, you have enough content. There's enough third-party content coming out this year. If it is not ready, don't release the game. Not only is it going to kill that franchise, but it's going to completely ruin the launch of a brand new console. You can't do it. Like, I would much rather them come out and say it is going into February.
I think what's going to happen though, when they launch the Xbox One X, they're not going to promote Crackdown 3 as this is the game you need for your Xbox One X. I think what they're going to do, they're going to promote the stuff with all the 4K upgrades. They're going to promote Assassin's Creed. They're going to promote Halo 5. They're going to promote Destiny. All the games that are upping the resolution, that are upping the frame rate, that are upping, everything else. That's what they're going to push. They're going to say, play the games you love better. I really don't think that Crackdown 3 is going to be the game they push. If they do, I'm going to be completely surprised by it. Although I will say, I know we're kind of talking down in this game right now. I'm still super excited for Crackdown. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to buy it. I'm probably going to pick it up the same day I pick up my One X. Because I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a great game. However, Crackdown 2 already put doubt in people's mind. People thought Crackdown was dead with Crackdown 2. And even Phil Spencer came out and said it was a rushed game. And, he's even kind of, been a rain cloud on that game sometimes. But if Crackdown 3 comes out and it's also bad, that could mean the end of the series, which is sad because, as we talked about on this show previously and many times before, Xbox doesn't have a lot of exclusive series, right? And you don't want to lose another one because we already got Scalebound canceled. And if Crackdown 3 doesn't, come out with... Now, I think when Crackdown 3 comes out, personally, just from the type of gameplay it is, from the graphic design of it, from, at least from what I can tell, is the depth of the story, I'm expecting around high 7s, low 8s, honestly.
Yeah, look, the game was never going to be a 10 out of 10.
But I don't think it's going to get trounced. But this is a series that's made for the fans, right? It's not going to pull in new Xbox owners. This game is for the fans. Make it a game the fans can be proud of.
Yeah, so I agree with all of that, but here's the problem. Regardless of whether they push the game or not, who is buying the Xbox One X?
Us.
It's not my mom. My mom's not going to be like, oh, I should go buy a new console. Oh, here's a brand new $500 system. No, she's going to buy an Xbox One S, right? Yeah. The X is for us.
Right.
We know about Crackdown. We were the ones who bought Crackdown 1 because we wanted to play the Halo beta.
Right.
And we're the ones who played the heck out of Crackdown, right? So they don't even have to push it. If you ask, I would venture to guess. Anybody who would openly say today that they are buying an Xbox One day one, that's an Xbox fan, they are at least aware and considering buying Crackdown, if not already planned it, because they're going to buy the brand new console with a game that's going to take advantage of it. That's it. I'm not expecting Crackdown. Crackdown will never be a 10 out of 10 game. That's just not the game that it is.
Right.
The problem is if that game ships broken, we have a huge problem on our hand.
Right.
When the PlayStation Pro came out, If you remember that they had a lot of technical issues right out of the gate, and there was nothing but bad press for like, even now they still don't get away from a lot of the bad press that PlayStation 4 Pro has. So if you give, so now you're taking a brand new console that's $100 more than anything else on the market, and if you ship it with a broken game, like, you are going to end that series without question, and you are going to have nothing but internet trolls just completely bashing what the Xbox One X is. And so they have to get this right, or they have to move it.
Sure. And honestly, like you're saying, Chris, we love Xbox. The people that are listening to this, hopefully, love Xbox as well, right? If you don't love Xbox, you might be listening to the wrong show. But as Xbox fans, we want Xbox to succeed. So, although it might sound like we're, poo-pooing on Crackdown 3, I still think it's going to be a good series. We want good games on our
want
Xboxes,
it to be great.
Right.
Of course.
And honestly, I don't want to say 2 bad Halo games, but the launch of Master Chief Collection, right? It was buggy. People couldn't connect. There was all sorts of problems. And some of those problems are still there today. Halo 5 launched. It wasn't what people wanted. You played as a lock like 80% of the time. Wasn't what people wanted. So just those 2 little moves there, people are already worried about Halo. And that's a major franchise.
That is the Xbox.
Right. Now, Crackdown, on the other hand, people who love Xbox know about it. Right? Because with Halo, even if you don't like Xbox, you know what Halo is. Right?
Yeah.
Crackdown. If the third game isn't good, like we mentioned, I really think it will be the death of the series, because nobody knows what. I mean, if you're not a big Xbox follower, or like us, you follow E3, you follow all the big gaming events. So, like Josh Brandt, PlayStation guy, he knows what Crackdown is because he stays up with things. But would he care if Crackdown 3 was a success? No. Would he care if Crackdown 3 was a failure? He'll probably bring it up quite a few times. So. We want it to be successful. So
let me end with this before you do your wrap.
Do my wrap,
because I want to end on a positive note.
Yeah.
This is what I actually think is going to happen.
Yeah.
We are less than a month away from Gamescom. Crackdown is a European developed game. It premiered in 2015 at Gamescom. I personally believe that we're going to get the announcement of pre-orders within the next 2 weeks for Xbox One X. So I fully expect them to walk out on stage at Gamescom and just completely blow everyone out of the water with Crackdown. Now, if that happens, I will happily eat all of the words that I've said tonight, and I will still happily buy that game.
Yeah.
But as of today, they have not shown me enough of that game to be confident that it's going to be a top tier title.
Sure.
And so the last time they have a chance to do that is Gamescom. It makes sense because it's in Europe. It makes sense because that's where the game premiered. They could just completely blow the lid off this game in a couple of weeks, and hopefully they will.
Yeah. And I'm super excited for Crackdown 3. And I think regardless of what else I see, unless there's something that just says, oh my gosh, this game is terrible, I'm going to buy
Super Lucky's Tale.
I'm going to buy
coming out the same day.
Crackdown. I'm going to buy Crackdown 3, right? Yeah, and I really feel like regardless of how well it reviews, I mean, unless it gets like 10 across the board, which we already talked about, won't happen. I think this is going to be a fence-sitter game, kind of like in the way Recore was, because like I love Recore. I'm thinking about going back 100% completing it, because all I need to do is go back and do a few more caves and a few more cores. We've got people in our group who say they thought it was a horrible game. So I feel like Crackdown's going to be the same way. It's one of these games where you're either going to love it and just enjoy it and get the most out of it, or you're one of those people who say it's just not for me. I don't get it. And I feel like no matter how Crackdown reviews, it's going to be a fence-sitter game. That's just the way it is. But I'm still super excited about it. But okay, guys, what do you think about Crackdown 3? Are you excited for it? Do you think we're going to have some red flags for this game? Do you think it's going to get pushed back? Let us know on our Facebook community page. Go ahead and hit us up over there at the Xbox Dive. You can also find us, like we said, on Mixer, live, mixer.com/the Xbox Dive. You can chat with us live every time we record this show, which is normally on Thursday nights, by the way. But tonight, because of Chris's anniversary and everything, we kind of pushed it back, so we'll let it slide this one time. But You can also hit us up on our YouTube page if you're watching it later. Just comment, subscribe, let us know what you guys think. And as you know, you can always hit us up on the Xbox Dive Twitter page at the Xbox Dive.